do this thing on the inside today. I hope that you'll be able to join me today as we talk about PHA Grand Lodge of Arkansas. I'm cracking up. I'm hearing some things. I'm reading some things that is kind of crazy. It is really kind of crazy, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm hoping that you'll be able to join me for this hot topic for today, and it just makes me think. It makes me wonder. I mean, I get a lot of kickback on some things I say, and I'm okay with that. I'll take that. But man, this has got to be unfreaking real. I hear a lot of noise about things that other Grand Lodges are doing, and they're this and they're that. But man, I realized one thing in life, and this is for sure. You know, if you throwing a stone is coming right back at you. That is so true. Greetings, everybody who's about to come on, man. Today we're going to talk about PHA of Arkansas, the Grand Lodge of Arkansas, PHA, because there's a lot happening. I mean, that grand session they just had was lit. It was lit. It was lit. That's all I gotta say. It was lit. And I know y'all probably wondering, how does he know? How did he get? Don't worry about it. It was lit. It was lit. Let me tell you. So, first I want to send a big shout out to the past Grandmaster Wilson, and I'm praying that his health, will get better. This is that time and moment in life where we all need prayer. And please keep your prayers once again for the past Grand Master of Arkansas, um, Brother Wilson. You know what? I'm not saying what's actually going on with him, but if you're in Arkansas, and maybe you probably already know as a member of that jurisdiction, please let's keep him lifted up in prayer because he needs it right now. Greeting, Brother Bruce. How you doing? Everybody, please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the like button. I will certainly appreciate it. Welcome to this live chat today. And, the first thing I want to just say is that Grandmaster, past Grandmaster Wilson, he laid a strong foundation in Arkansas. He did. As a Freemason, as a person who stood on what he believed, he laid a strong foundation. Thank you there, Brother Nico. I appreciate that. Thank you. He laid a strong foundation in Freemason on what he believed and how he led the Grand Lodge of Arkansas, PHA. He led that organization for many years, and he stood strong on what he believed. And one of the things he believed in was not asking for recognition regarding mainstream Grand Lodges. He believed that that was his thing. He stood on that until the day he could not longer until the day he could not no longer stand on it. He was like, no, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to see. I'm not going to do any of that. As a matter of fact, they should be asking us. That's how he felt. That's the vibe that I got from him. Greetings, greetings. Count Cook, what's going on? And and that's the thing. It's okay. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and definitely follow us on TikTok. I need 1,000 uh, followers on TikTok so I can be more active, I guess. But appreciate it if you do. So today, as we and have this conversation in regards to PHA Grand Lodge of Arkansas and their grand session that just took place, it's terrible. It's heartbroken. I mean, it's crazy. And let me give you a follow up real quick. So during the elections for the Grand Master, there was a lot of going back and forth. There was a lot of this, a lot of that. And if you know anything about Arkansas and where the Grand Lodge of PHA is at, it's in a small spot. There's no restaurants around. Really, you got to drive out a distance in order to get some food. And you know what? When it came time for the elections, before the elections, they broke for lunch. They broke out for lunch, and everybody went their own way, to get something to eat. And you have to drive a pretty decent distance to get something to eat in that part of where they hold their session at. So, in doing so, you had two individuals running for Grandmaster at this time. You had Mark McGuire. If I'm, I know his first name is Mark. I hope I got his last name right, which is McGuire. Greetings, greetings. Um, and then you had Brian Johnson also running for Grandmaster at the same time. So, it was a stall in the activity, at the time, and people was getting hungry. And they had a lot of visitors too from other Grand Lodges that came down to fellowship. And so, with that being said, as they broke for lunch and went their ways to get something to eat, when it came back into session, everybody didn't show up. When they came back into session, everybody wasn't there because people went, you have to drive a ways to eat in that part of the world or country from where the Grand Lodge is at. You're talking more than a little 30, 40-minute drive. You want to get a good something to eat. And people weren't going to be coming back in that length of time, you know. So as people went out to get something to eat, they came back into session and they had elections and everybody wasn't there. And in the process, Brian Johnson, who should have been Grandmaster, to be honest with you, lost. He lost to Mark McGuire. He lost to him. And the point of the matter is, why would you have people at session in a place such as that and not have them to have access to food? You could have had food trucks to come out and serve your jurisdiction, man. I mean, it's a setup. And not only that, how is it that the Mark McGuire, who's now the new Grandmaster, how you gonna count votes? How you gonna count the votes and be running for Grandmaster at the same time? Somebody help me understand that. How you gonna count the votes and be running for the Grandmaster at the same time? I ain't never heard of such a thing. And then you win. That sounds like a setup to me. It sounds like something that happened to John G. Jones when he was running for the most peaceful sovereign grand commander. And what happened is that he had came back, he had asked to be excused. The night was long, asked to be excused, thinking that they was gonna have the elections the next day. When he stepped out, when he got some rest, they had the elections, and he wasn't there to run. That actually happened. That's in their transcript. That's in their records. And so it reminds me of that time. I'm like, come on, bruh. And then not only after you become Grandmaster, then you're gonna try and seek recognition with the mainstream Grand Lodges, and you got that shut down. Brothers weren't having it. They was like, nah, no, we ain't doing that. You look, you may not agree with what the past Grandmaster has said in regards to that, but he was on point though. He was on point. Absolutely, he wasn't supposed to touch the ballots. Wasn't supposed to touch them at all, but he did. So it makes me think in regards to the election, was this a setup? I'm just asking. Somebody should have called for a recount. You can do, well, all Grand Lodges don't do that. I know in mine you can call for a recount, you know. And the person who's running for Grandmaster should not be the one that's actually having that done. He should not be even touching those ballots. No, he shouldn't. So now you got a little controversy going on, and you know what? It is my hope. I'm gonna be honest and sincere. It is my hope that they work their situation out. It doesn't look good right now. It really doesn't, because it looks like it was a setup for Mark to become Grand Master and then turn around and ask for recognition from mainstream Grand Lodges, which got shut down. You know, uh, there's a reason that your past Grand Master did not want to do that. Talk to him and see why is it that he did not want to do that. You know, and I'm saying, uh, Arkansas has had a rocky past. This issue is something that has been in the making for a while, since past Grandmaster Howard Wood. Ooh, now that I didn't know. I didn't know that part there, brother Bruce. Didn't know that part. But getting back to the subject at hand, still on topic. That's crazy, bruh. That is so wild. The thing is that they they should have waited till everybody came back and had that election. He should have never touched the ballots. Never should have touched the ballots. And now you having a suspect Grand Master in office. Look, I'm gonna share this with you, and I don't have to. I was at Grand Session in my own jurisdiction, and the Deputy Grand Master was holding the elections. The Deputy Grand Master was holding the elections, right? And at the time, I am the sitting Grand Master, right? And I'm the sitting Deputy Grand Master at the time. The past Grand Master is holding the elections, and the current Grand Master is running. All right. Now, in my Grand Lodge Constitution of Bylaws, it says that after a Grand Master has served 4 consecutive terms, he has to step out for a year, and then he can come back and run again. This Grand Master did not want to relinquish the seat. Did not. I mean, he was like, nope, I'm not stepping down. Nope. And so grand the past deputy grandmaster who was holding the elections tried to vacate the seats and keep that grandmaster in office. And he took the bylaws. He literally took the bylaws and the Constitution of the Grand Lodge and said, "This shit don't matter." And I was like, I was livid. I was like, "Oh my God." Past grandmaster come and said, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Man, I wanted to have a fight at Grand Session. I ain't even lying to you. Because you have people in your own jurisdiction who is looking to sabotage the very thing that we all say we enjoy, that we all say we love. Every Grand Lodge have their own issues to deal with. I get it. I respect that. But wow, it is like crazy. What do you say? It's like hiking the ball before the flag is thrown. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And my heart goes out to uh, brother Brian Johnson. He actually would have made a better grandmaster. He would have. I mean, he would have won too, if everybody would have been in session. Plain and simple. And if Calvin uh, would have the the current grandmaster now, Mark uh, McGuire, if he'd have kept his hands off the ballot, who knows? Who knows really how the election would have turned out? I would have called for a recount and kept his hands off the ballot. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But with all of that being said, my hope is for the past Grandmaster Wilson. My prayers for him to get healthy, to be around a little bit longer, to give some good and wholesome instructions to the craft. I'm not saying that everybody likes him. I'm saying, but he was good for the jurisdiction. He may not have always made the best decision, but the brother stood his ground, and you want a grandmaster like that. You want a grandmaster that stands his ground. You can agree with him or not disagree with him, as long as he don't put the Grand Lodge in harm's way. And he was that guy. But now you have Mark McGuire, who knows what's going to be really coming down the pike. Really, who knows? This guy just slid himself into the grandmaster position. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm a spectator, and he just slid himself into the grandmaster position. This is what he did. And it's sad, but this is what he did, you know. And, as a past grandmaster, when we held grand session, I always tried to have grand session where the members could go get something to eat and then come back at a reasonable time. That's what you try to do. You do not want to hold grand session in a location where your members can't get anything to eat. And being in that predicament, the Grand Lodge of Arkansas should have had food trucks out there for their members. You should have did that. You should have had it to where the food trucks are lined up, you can get you something to eat, and you can come back in a session. To have a session and not provide food for your members is crazy. It's totally crazy. I'm just saying, you know. And now that this election has gone this way, What's next? Arkansas, yeah, what's next? You know, and knowing that now, you've always had this rocky past, these issues since past Grandmaster Howard Woods. Man, it is my hope. It is my hope and it's my prayer that things work out on a for real. Not trying to throw shade or anything. It is my hope that things work out for the Grand Lodge of Arkansas, PHA. I want the best for them. I want them to thrive. I want them to be seen in the community. I want nothing but the best for that jurisdiction. And some of you may be saying, man, the way they talk about you, you saying you want the best for them. Look, my thought is this. I know just a few people who are part of the Grand Lodge in Arkansas. My thing is this. How is it that I want to keep my brothers down and try to raise myself up on their backs? No, I want them to be just as successful as I am. I want the best for them because I want the best for me. That's how I do it. I can't talk for other people. Other people probably looking at it and saying, nah, man, forget them. And that's okay. That's really all right. Look, I just wanted to come on and share that with you real quick. I got to get back up in here and take care of a little business. But man, much love to you. Whatever you do, keep your light on, stay out the bushes. And in California, y'all need to stay dry because we've been getting a lot of rain. So, hey, remember this. I'm not your study guide. I'm just here to help you study. And peace and be well. I'm out.